Curious why a dozen eggs might cost more than just money? You walk into your local store, load up your basket, and head home feeling pleased. Then you crack open an egg only to find a chalky white, or worse, a health risk. Eggs are a staple in many homes, yet not all stores treat them the same. In the next few minutes, you will discover 6 common grocery stores where buying eggs can lead to wasted cash, poor quality, or even safety concerns. Is that bargain dozen from Walmart really worth the risk? What's lurking behind those cage-free labels? And could the conditions your eggs come from actually threaten your health? Walmart's low-cost, high-risk eggs. Walmart has built its reputation on offering the lowest prices possible. Among the supermarket's most budget-friendly items are its cartons of eggs. At less than $1 per dozen, these eggs may seem like a winning bargain. Even so, the real cost can be much higher if you end up with spoiled or unsafe eggs. Most Walmart eggs come from large commercial farms where thousands of hens live indoors. Although cartons often say cage-free, this label only means the birds are not confined to narrow wire cages. They may still live crowded together inside giant barns without outdoor access. Without room to move freely, hens cannot engage in natural behaviors like scratching the soil or stretching their wings. These tight conditions cause stress that weakens a hen's natural defenses against disease. When a hen has low immunity, bacteria such as salmonella can infect her reproductive tract. The bacteria then hide inside eggs, even if the shells appear clean. Walmart has issued multiple recalls recently due to salmonella found in great value egg lines. A single recalled egg carton can carry harmful bacteria to dozens of homes. Eggs are fragile. They require careful handling at every step. After laying, eggs are washed, graded, and packed. Then they travel by truck through a cold chain that should keep temperatures below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. In practice, Walmart's massive supply routes can lead to breaks in refrigeration. A delivery left in a warm loading dock or stacked under heat-emitting lights in an aisle can warm up and develop condensation inside the carton. Condensation allows bacteria to grow and seep through shells. Shell quality also matters. Thin or cracked shells point to poor nutrition or rough handling. At Walmart, cases sometimes arrive with a hidden crack that only becomes obvious when you carry the carton home. Loose egg whites slosh around and air cells grow large, speeding up spoilage. Taste and texture tell a story. Fresh eggs have firm whites and round, bright yolks. Older eggs spread flat when you crack them into a pan. Walmart shoppers report finding watery whites and pale yolks more often than at other stores. Such eggs make baking recipes fail, and scrambled eggs taste bland. If you shop at Walmart, consider skipping the cheapest lines. Look instead for cartons bearing trusted welfare labels like Certified Humane or American Humane Certified. These programs require farms to give hens more space, clean nests, and regular outdoor access. Also, check the carton's Julie impact date. A date within the past 10 days means you still have fresh eggs in your kitchen. Always inspect cartons before purchase for any sign of damage. Think grade A means top-tier freshness? At Kroger, that label might not tell the full story. What really happens between the packing plant and your fridge that could spoil your eggs? Kroger's grade A label, what you're buying. When you browse Kroger's refrigerated section, you see eggs brightly stamped grade A. That grade always promises firm egg whites, vivid yolks, and smooth shells. However, this label only reflects the egg's state when it left the packing center. By the time it reaches your fridge, days or even a week may have passed, changing the egg's quality. In America, the Department of Agriculture grades eggs at packing plants. Inspectors look for cracks, cleanliness, and the thickness of the white around the yolk. An unbroken shell and a firm white urn, grade A. Once graded, eggs travel in refrigerated trucks to regional distribution centers and then to Kroger stores. During this journey, temperature shifts or delays can let eggs warm slightly. When they cool again, moisture can collect inside the carton, weakening shells and encouraging bacterial growth. Kroger sources eggs from many farms to meet demand. In normal times, suppliers include small dairies and larger industrial producers. But during bird flu outbreaks or holiday rushes, Kroger brings in eggs from distant farms. These eggs may be older, traveling longer distances. Without knowing the farm or the pack date, you cannot judge how fresh they are. Look for the Julian date on each carton, which is a 3-digit code showing the day of the year eggs were packed. Choose cartons labeled within the last 10 days to get better quality. The hen's diet also affects egg quality. Some farms feed hens a standard fresh grain blend, resulting in paler yolks and milder flavor. Specialty farms add flax or algae to the feed, boosting omega-3 levels and deepening yolk color. Kroger's basic lines rarely carry these enhanced feed eggs. If you want richer taste and higher nutrition, consider paying a little more for labels like omega-3 or pasture-raised. Carton design matters too. Kroger's eggs often come in foam trays wrapped in cardboard. Cardboard soaks up moisture, which can drip back onto eggshells over time. When you get home, carefully wipe the carton's bottom before refrigerating to remove dampness and keep bacteria at bay. Also, gently shake the carton to hear if any eggs rattle. A loose egg means a hidden crack. Cooking results reveal freshness. Fresh eggs have whites that stand tall and yolks that sit high in the pan. Older eggs flatten out and spread. If you cook eggs sunny side up or poached, fresher grade A eggs create neater shapes and a better look on your plate. To protect yourself at Kroger, start by checking the Julian date. Always inspect the carton for cracks or stains through the transparent window. Handle cartons with care and avoid jostling. Finally, store eggs in the main body of your fridge, not the door, where temperatures stay more stable. Costco's Freshness Gamble. Costco's Kirkland Signature eggs come in big 24-count packs that promise to feed large families. At first glance, buying in bulk seems like a smart move. The per-egg price drops significantly, and a single trip to the store can fill your pantry for weeks. However, when it comes to eggs, more does not always mean better. Eggs grow more delicate the older they get. Right after a hen lays an egg, its shell is fresh and strong. Over days, natural gases pass through the shell pores, shrinking the egg's contents and creating an air pocket at the wide end. That pocket grows larger over time, letting bacteria slip inside and making the egg float in water tests. When you buy 24 eggs at once, you need to use them before the air pocket grows too big. Otherwise, some eggs at the back of your fridge will spoil long before you reach the end of the carton. Costco works with multiple farm suppliers to keep its giant cases stocked. Some farms deliver eggs 2 days after laying. Others need 5 or 6 days to pack, grade, and ship. When Costco changes suppliers without notice, a fresh load 1 week may be followed by older eggs the next. Shoppers cannot know which they get because Costco cartons list only the pack date in Julian form, a code from 1 to 365 without a clear explanation. If you do not convert that code, you might buy eggs packed 2 weeks earlier without realizing it. Warehouse handling adds to the risk. Costco aisles are wide and pallets of cardboard cases move on forklifts. Eggs travel from truck to shelf as quickly as possible, but busy weekends slow staff down. Cartons may sit outside of cooling units for 20 minutes or more, especially during peak hours. In that time, eggs warm above the safe 45-degree mark. When they re-enter the cold chain, condensation forms inside the carton. Water drops on shells feed bacteria and soften them, making cracks more likely. Cleaning and stacking also matter. Costco workers often stack egg cartons high to save space. A slight tilt or bump can crack shells hidden inside the box. You might not notice until you carry the pack out of the store. By then, loose whites or hairline fractures can cause spoilage that you only see at home. To guard against these pitfalls, inspect every carton before you buy. Hold it up to the light and look for cracks or stains. Gently wiggle the carton to hear if any eggs rattle or move. Translate the Julian date printed on the side into a calendar date to ensure you buy eggs less than 10 days old. Finally, split the 24-count carton into 2 smaller stacks in your fridge. Store 1 stack in the coldest area and leave the other in a slightly warmer spot. Use the older stack first. Bulk buying at Costco can save you money, but when it comes to eggs, freshness and safety matter most. Take these steps to make sure your Kirkland eggs stay at their peak and keep your meals both tasty and safe. Whole Foods Organic, Smoke and Mirrors. Whole Foods charges a high price for its organic eggs. You might see a dozen for 3 or 4 times more than at other stores. The idea is simple. You pay extra because these eggs come from hens raised outdoors on lush pastures. Despite this, reality often falls short of that promise. Pasture-raised sounds great, But there is no strict rule for how long hens must spend outside. Whole Foods sets its standards for suppliers. Some farms allow hens outside for only 1 hour a day. For the rest of the time, the birds live in cramped indoor barns under artificial lights. They cannot roam free or peck at grass when they spend most of their hours inside. Federal organic rules require organic feed and no antibiotics. They do not require outdoor access. Because Whole Foods demands outdoor time, shoppers expect greener pastures. However, when auditors visit farms, they find some fields muddy and bare of grass. Hens stand on hard soil under closed fences. That hardly equals the ideal of rolling green hills. Egg quality shows these conditions. True pasture-raised eggs from small farms have thick shells and firm whites. Yolk color may range from deep orange to lighter yellow, depending on diet. For hens stuck indoors most of the day, shells can be thin. Whites spread flat in a pan, and yolks lack color. The taste is milder too. Nutrition also suffers. Hens that graze on fresh grass and bugs absorb more omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins. Indoor birds eat only organic grain blends. Their eggs lack the same nutrient boost. You may pay extra for organic on the label, but you miss the true benefits of outdoor feeding. Whole Foods often lists farm names on its cartons. Look for small providers in your region. In California, for example, brands like Vital Farms and Handsome Brook Eggs follow strict pasture-raised rules. In the Northeast, Eggland's best partners with farms that offer daily outdoor access. Buying these specific brands gives you a better chance at genuine pasture-raised eggs. To shop wisely at Whole Foods, read the fine print on the carton. Check for statements like hens outdoors 12 hours a day or rotational grazing. Avoid vague phrases such as free range without details. If you cannot find specifics, ask a store employee to point you to truly pasture-raised brands. Paying extra at Whole Foods should buy you more than a fancy label. By choosing well-documented pasture-raised eggs from named farms, you support better animal care and get eggs with firm whites, healthy yolks, and richer taste. Spend your money where it truly counts. Whole Foods charges premium prices, but are you actually getting premium eggs? If labels get vague and storage isn't perfect, could Safeway's quiet policies be putting your health at risk next? Safeway's spoilage and silent limits. Safeway, a member of the Albertsons Group, offers eggs in both standard and organic lines. Despite its wide reach, the chain hides two key issues: invisible purchase limits and risky storage. These problems can ruin your meals and you waste money. Learn how some rules and poor handling at Safeway affect egg freshness and access, so you do not get burned. Eggs require a consistent cold temperature to stay safe. Regulators say eggs must remain below 45 degrees Fahrenheit from farm to fridge. Safeway stores sometimes store cartons under warm lights or near non-refrigerated goods. When eggs warm above the safe limit, moisture forms inside the carton. Moisture softens shells and speeds up bacterial growth. A warm egg with a weak shell faces higher spoilage and health risks. State health inspectors have repeatedly found Safeway eggs on shelves above the safe temperature. In one inspection, cartons sat next to end-aisle displays that radiated heat from under-shelf lights. In another, workers left eggs on carts in the store for more than 30 minutes. Each time above 45 degrees, bacteria multiply. By the time a customer buys these eggs, the risk of a cloudy white or sulfur smell has risen. Shelf rotation should follow first in, first out. However, Safeway staff often stack new cartons behind old ones. This practice leaves older eggs at the front to sit past their pack date. When eggs sit too long, rings may appear in the whites and yolks flatten. Customers only notice spoilage when they crack eggs for cooking. By then, they have wasted money and risked their health. During busy times or shortages, Safeway limits customers to 2 cartons per visit. Signs appear near the product or at the register. Many shoppers miss these notes until they scan their items. At checkout, extra cartons get removed without a refund. That surprise frustrates those baking or meal prepping who find themselves short of eggs and must make last-minute trips to other stores. Online orders bring more headaches. When local stores run out, the Safeway app often substitutes eggs from faraway warehouses. These eggs spend extra days in trucks without refrigeration. Customers report opening boxes to find cracked shells, leaky whites, and expired dates. Getting stale or broken eggs forces them to request refunds. To protect your meals and budget, inspect every carton. Check both sell-by and pack dates. Feel the cartons for warmth or dampness. Ask staff to move eggs away from heat sources. Shop early in the day when restocking is fresh. If you hit limits, split shopping between family members. Order eggs for pickup rather than delivery to control freshness. Safeway's eggs can be fine when handled and stored. By watching for signs, checking temperatures, and planning how you shop, you avoid spoiled or scarce eggs. Follow these steps each time you buy eggs. That way you make sure your breakfasts, bakes, and dinners turn out as you plan. Trader Joe's eggs might look wholesome, but hidden limits and missing farm info tell a different story. If you can't trace your food, how can you trust what's inside? Trader Joe's tight caps and traceability gaps. Trader Joe's sells eggs in brown cartons. The style looks friendly, but the cartoon hides two big problems. First, Trader Joe's limits each customer to just 1 dozen eggs. Second, there is no code or farm name on the pack. Both issues hurt shoppers who need fresh eggs and rely on safety recalls. Trader Joe's 1 dozen limit helps stop panic buying during a shortage. Signs hang at the store entrance and on shelves, but many people do not see them until checkout. If you shop for a large family or batch baking, you must make extra trips or shop at other stores. This rule can waste time and add stress, especially when you plan a big meal. Traceability is key to food safety. Most other chains print a supplier code and pack date on each carton. Those codes let store staff pull only affected lots if there is a recall. Trader Joe's eggs do not carry these labels. When a supplier reports a salmonella problem, Trader Joe's must pull every egg carton. That empties shelves for days and leaves customers with no options. Egg quality also depends on the hen breed and diet. Certain breeds lay eggs with stronger shells. Others produce deeper colored yolks when fed nutrient-rich grain. Trader Joe's does not list farm or breed information on cartons. Without that detail, shoppers cannot choose eggs that bake well or taste richer. They end up guessing which eggs will work best in recipes. Another important piece of information is that third-party audits happen only once or twice a year. Between audits, farms may neglect standards. Cages can get crowded or feed quality can drop. Trader Joe's cannot warn customers until a problem surfaces. By then, customers face the risk of buying eggs with lower welfare or safety issues. Packaging choices affect egg safety too. This store uses thin cardboard sleeves that absorb moisture. When cartons sit in warm trucks, moisture soaks in. Later, moisture evaporates inside the carton, creating damp patches. Those patches hide hairline cracks and shells. A small crack can let bacteria into the egg even before you bring it home. Store handling adds another layer of worry. Cartons sit in small refrigerated cases. During busy hours, cases may go 10 to 15 minutes without restocking. Eggs can warm slightly each time a customer opens the door. Over time, minor warming creates condensation inside the carton, softening shells and inviting bacteria. To shop smart at Trader Joe's, use their eggs for small orders like breakfast or omelets. For larger needs, buy eggs elsewhere with visible pack dates and supplier codes. That way, you know exactly where your eggs came from and how fresh they are. A little extra care at the store ensures safe, tasty eggs at home. Be vigilant. Now you know where 6 major chains can fall short on egg quality and safety. Next time you shop, pay attention to labels, pack dates, and carton codes. Consider paying a little more for certified welfare standards or local farm brands. Your health, wallet, and taste buds will thank you. If you like this guide, leave a comment about your experience in the comments below. See you next time.